Hey guys, it's me, this guy. So you know what time of month it is. Time of day, month, whatever. I just woke up and I'm really exhausted. But I noticed that they finally released the new Humble Choice games for July, as you can see here. So just like every month, we are going to go over the games specifically for this month, and we'll talk about them a little bit. I haven't actually purchased them yet. I haven't picked out the ones that I want yet. But let's go over them together and we'll see how well we get there in the end. Alright, so first up, we've got Yakuza 3 Remastered. I have quite a few of the Yakuza games myself. It's not even gonna let me show you. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. Yeah, see, I've got three different ones. So this one's going to be a brand new Yakuza game that I can pick up. Yakuza games are awesome. Street brawlers with great side quests, great side games, and everything else. If you haven't played a Yakuza game, definitely do it. I did buy the newest one, Like a Dragon, for PlayStation 4. It is amazing, completely different than all the rest of them. So it was really nice to see that sort of change in vibe. But they still have a very heavy Japanese nature. So if you like that sort of weird Japanese sort of lifestyle, this is heavy in that. All right. Next game, we've got the Surge 2. I actually have the first one. It's a really interesting Souls type game that is very tough, but it's set in like the future, and you get like implanted with an exoskeleton that you can actually build up and change, along with giant weapons and use to fight them. Other people who have these exoskeletons have been basically taken in control of by this like monstrous AI. Yada. This one, on the other hand, is a brand new one that just came out like I think a couple of years ago. Um, it says it's better than the first one actually. Um, Huge enemies to fight. Um, Lots of different weapons. Great artwork. The environments are really kind of cool, but it is a Souls-like, so that means one hit kills on you, not on them, mind you, but one hit kills on you. Things can go pretty dark really fast, but you kind of start over at the beginning and kind of have to work your way back around to your body, which is kind of weird, but that's how all the Souls games are. Um, it is pretty hardcore. If you like these sorts of games, this is a great game, story wise, to fill in that arsenal of Souls-like games that you may like. All right. I'm glad to get it because I mean it'll complete my collection of the first one and the second one. All right, we've got Dirt 5. Yeah, it's a racing game in mud. And you know me in racing games. If you've been watching a lot of these that I do every month and there's a racing game on there, I'm just like, woo, driving around in circles. I'm not a big sports or racing guy. I never really have been. Like, I've got to have like a good story. There has been like a couple of good racing games out there, in my opinion, that I relatively enjoyed that had a good story, or like you had to build your cars up and stuff like that. So I kind of like those. But some of these that are just like, hey, we're going to give you a car, race them in this area, have fun. They don't really appeal to me ever. So the only racing game that really kind of appeals to me has always been Mario Kart. And that's mainly because, you know, the people I play it with. We've got Hammerting. I have actually, I don't know. Do I already have this game? Hammer. Nope, I do not. I have lots of other games with Hammer in the title, as you can see. I do not have Hammerting. It is a sort of side-scrolling game, it looks like. But let's read it, because I've seen it, but I haven't actually played it, so I don't know a lot about it. So, Let's see. Hammerting is a vertical dwarven mining colony sim with RPG elements. Manage a clan of colorful dwarves, establish an epic mining operation, craft legendary swords, delve deep for greater glory, riches, and danger. With war raging on the surface, the dwarves pledge to delve deep as a master craftspeople. Will produce and supply what is needed to aid their allies. From humble beginnings, you start with a handful of dwarves who need to set up operations quickly. However, as you progress, your small clan will expand and become known throughout the upper realms for their skill and premium craftsmanship. Alright. So it's kind of like a base builder, no oxygen included sort of situation. That's what it kind of looks like. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like no oxygen included, but with like a different type of storyline and different characters and stuff like that. So, I mean, it'd be really interesting. I might check it out, make a video of it, and see how well it works out. Alright, next up we've got Nimbatus. Okay. Oh, okay. So these little gifts down here make it seem really interesting. I guess you can create your own spaceship? Okay. You are the captain of the Nimbatus, the biggest mobile drone factory ever made. Design your own unique drones to explore a physics-based universe. Survive by shooting your way through completely destructible planets in different biomes. Compete against autonomous drones built by other players or enjoy complete creative freedom in the sandbox. Huh. That's kind of interesting. Choose more than 75 physically simulated parts. The Drone Construction Workshop enables full creative freedom. So there is a campaign. It says pick one of 6 diverse captains. Navigate the universe and grow your arsenal while facing overwhelming odds. I mean, that's interesting. So there are countless procedurally generated planets that are fully destructible and rich in resources. And then you can take the additional challenges and construct fully automated space drones by combining sensors and logic parts. Huh. And then you can also upgrade everything too. Very interesting. I mean, it may be too technical for my mind, specifically right when I wake up, but that does seem really cool. We've got Paradise Killer. Okay. So just from the pictures that we see, that it might be almost like a dating simulator. Alright, an island outside of reality, a rogue human civilization hoping to resurrect dead alien gods. A murder behind locked doors. So not dating simulator, but a murder mystery. Lady Love dies. Investigation Freak is on the case. Paradise is an island that regenerates every few millennia. The psychic power that the alien worshippers within release into the universe is meant to feed and eventually resurrect their fallen deities. But this force also attracts undesired interest from demons, who eventually corrupt each island until a new alternate reality is birthed by the council. In the aftermath, the investigation freak Lady Love dies is summoned from exile to find the culprit. This is the crime to end all crimes. Alright. What is that? You are tasked with finding a killer and building an airtight case against them. Take your case to trial and argue your interpretation of the evidence. Only when someone is successfully convicted can that crime be considered solved and Paradise is saved. So there looks to be like multiple crimes then. The truth is that there are many possible killers and many ways to build a case. Even if you make a convincing case for prosecution and get someone convicted, is the mystery really solved? Oh. Paradise is an island set in an alternate future history filled with cryptic lore and even more mysteries. Examine bizarre relics to learn more about the world's surreal history. Alright, interesting. And there's hidden areas and everything else. Alright. The aesthetic is actually pretty pleasing. kind of like the way everything's kind of set up in sort of like a surreal, like 3D background environment, while 2D character stuff. It looks really kind of interesting. We've got Kill It With Fire. Ah, yes. I have seen this. I have not played it. But this is basically you are trying to kill spiders. And so you have to defeat as many as you can in crazy ways. Obviously, as you can see by the roaming GIF. TNT, flamethrowers, guns, newspapers, insecticides, pretty much a lot. And it's all just to get rid of spiders that will hide all over the place. So you'll have to look underneath each nook and cranny trying to find the specific spiders. It's a pretty fun game. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a relaxing simulator, almost like a horror walking simulator, but because of spiders and everything. We've got Bee Simulator. Oh, all right. Oh, wow. That graphic's pretty interesting. But I guess you play as a bee. Live the life of a bee. Explore a world brimming with life in which you collect pollen, defy dangerous wasps, and save your hive. Play with others in 3 game modes, including co-op and PvP on split screen. The hive awakens as the first rays warm the horizon. It's time to test your wings, receive orders from the queen, and begin your first mission. And that's just the start of your adventures. Humans want to cut down the tree that holds your hive, so your fate and the fate of the whole swarm rests on your tiny shoulders. So I like the aesthetic of this one too. It's kind of very realistic in its quality. I don't know if I would actually play this. It might be interesting, but the aesthetic is really nice. So if this might be something that you might be interested in, hey, there you go. Have at it. We've got Elderborn. Okay. Alright, so it's a first-person fantasy game. Okay. Elderborn is a metal action fantasy slasher with brutal FPP. I don't know what FPP is. First-person perspective melee combat, I guess, yeah. And Souls-like RPG character progression in times of legend. No, sorry. Those were 2 separated sentences. In the time of legend, the barbarian tribes need a new dark messiah. The player becomes a merciless slayer who will uncover ancient secrets in the city of doom and forge their own destiny. This ambitious indie game, 5 years in the making, combines old-school single-player feel, a classic heroic story, and modern level of skill-based challenge. All this and more creates an action-packed, lore-filled, engaging adventure that will last 8 to 10 hours in a single playthrough. Huh. But it's soul-like combat. I don't depends on the soul-like games. I don't really like it. And it's first-person too, which makes it even harder. Blah. We've got Swine HD Remastered. Huh. Alright. Swine HD Remastered is a unique addition to the remastered original game, obviously. You will not only receive the complete HD remastered version of Swine, improved with the patches since its release, but you will also get 3 exclusive bonuses: soundtrack, art book, and making of. Let's see. Swine HD Remastered's new addition to the challenging classic strategy game Swine, 18 years after the release of the original. The filthiest of all wars between the rabbit and the pig armies will inspire both new and old fans of sophisticated real-time strategy. That's what it looked like to me. It was real-time strategy. Very reminiscent of those old. I can't even remember the name. Command and Conquer. It looks like a very funny-orientated Command and Conquer. We've got Deadly Days. All right, top down. Oh. Deadly Days is a unique strategic roguelike in the zombie apocalypse. Manage to protect a group of survivors and help them stop the catastrophe. Discover and use a large number of wild and crazy objects, even wilder and crazy survivors, special abilities, and deadly weapons. Yeah, I will probably play this at least to check it out. Um, so it seems rather interesting. It looks to be kind of, I don't know. I'll probably go ahead and install it and make a quick video today while I have the day off, and see how well this pans out. Looks really good. So, you got a lot of weapons, a lot of things. Almost like I would like for it to be like, I don't know, like a base building game too, but it doesn't look to be that way. Like here, it kind of looks like it is because you've got this little base area here. But again, I won't know until I actually get into the game and see what that's all about. All right, we've got Adam, Ancient Domains of Mystery. Is this a point and click? No, it's not. It's one of the most successful roguelike games ever created. Debatable. FTL is still my favorite. Boasting a brilliant mix of story, RPG exploitation, and intensely strategic and flexible combat. The Steam version adds various deluxe features like achievements, difficulty level customization, and various play modes, e.g., a story mode allowing to save and restore games. And if you'll excuse me, there. I had to sneeze. My allergies are completely killing me today, and the mosquitoes decided to eat me up alive. Okay. Seems interesting, I guess, but it's a roguelike, and it's kind of top-down. Very reminiscent of, like... No. Like, it looks like the old world map and stuff like that from Dragon Quest games, like some of the original, even the Final Fantasy games back in the day. But I wouldn't know. Huh. I guess the combat is like a strategy combat. I don't know. So those are your games so far for July. They have one specific extra, which is Creator Crate. I have no idea what that is because they never allow you to actually look at them and stuff. And I guess the charity for this month is Covenant House. Let's take a quick watch of what this has to show.
Hello, Humble Bundle community. My name is Stephanie Taylor from Covenant House, and your generous support this month will help address one of the most pressing problems young people face when experiencing homelessness or housing instability, food insecurity, or more directly, hunger. As a member of Covenant House Street Outreach Team for over 20 years, I've seen firsthand what a sandwich and some clean drinking water means to a young person alone and hungry on the street. When you are hungry and alone, nothing else matters. It is impossible to plan for the future when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. From the onset of COVID-19 in March 2020 through today, Covenant House has provided over 900,000 nights of housing and served more than 1.8 million meals in our programs. Our street outreach team are fully vaccinated. Our outreach center is open, and our teams are back out on the roads, providing food along with hygiene products and vital information about our services to youth living on the streets. Having partners in the community like Humble Bundle allows us to meet all of our needs for youth who call Covenant House home today and guarantees that we are prepared and fully stocked with provisions for youth who will call Covenant House home tomorrow.
All right. As we always know, a lot of this stuff does go to charity. Humble Bundle is very charitable. And again, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not outreached by them. They don't contact me. I do all this because, I want to. Because not only do you get some really good set of games for a really good price, but again, there's also charity work. So it's a donation project too. But there you go. Those are your July games. Hopefully you will join in, help with it. find the games that you want, and let me know in the comments which games you were thinking about picking out. So far, obviously, Yakuza 3, Surge 2, Hammerting, Kill It With Fire, Paradise Killer. I'll try out Elderborn, Deadly Days, yes, and Adam. Of course, I'll probably be getting all the games. I probably won't play all the games, which leads to my massive game count, my huge 1,181 game count on Steam. Yeah. So, until the next one, guys, be kind to each other. I'll see you in the next video.